Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collegeville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked to be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collegeville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, Collegeville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long, I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1 and 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm on my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapin' crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now we're good with court. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the fresh sophomores,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good afternoon, everyone, as we welcome you to Kahok Stadium here on the grounds of Collegeville High School as we get you set for some boys soccer action today as your Collegeville Kahawks play host to the CBC Cadets. I am Todd Duke. Glad that you're with us here on this beautiful Saturday afternoon in the Midwest. And we're getting ready for some good soccer here. JV game was in the indication. That was a tight, hard-fought match all the way through until CBC broke through with 13 minutes left. They scored a goal and made it 1-0, and then just 2.5 minutes later, they score another one, and that ends up being your final. CBC wins the JV game by a score of 2-0. On the varsity side, Collegeville comes in here with a record of 4-2-2. They are 2-1 in Southwestern Conference play. CBC, they come in at 3-0. They have yet to play a conference game in the Metro Catholic Conference over in St. Louis. They just got their season started on September the 2nd against Lindbergh, and their 3-0 record would indicate that they're off to the races once again. They have outscored their opponents 14-4 in their first 3 games. So let's take a moment to welcome you into the Cafe Agape pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Cafe Agape in Collegeville, home of the Kahok Chicken Sandwich. Cafe Agape has been around since 2012, offering catering and some of the best home-cooked food in the area. Give Cafe Agape a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. Told you Collinsville's record 4-2-2 under fifth-year head coach Rob Luggie, who comes in with a record of 67-29-4. On the other side, Terry Mickler begins his 50th season as the head coach at CBC, and he has the most wins in the nation for a high school soccer coach. 1,008 wins, 245 losses, and 108 ties. Mickler is in the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame, got inducted in 2018. The Missouri State High School Soccer Association's Hall of Fame in 2014, four-time National Coach of the Year, St. Louis Soccer Hall of Fame, and the Rockhurst University Hall of Fame, as well as the CBC Hall of Fame. So going up against some soccer royalty here this afternoon. I had a chance to touch on that subject with Collinsville head coach Rob Luggie. We'll pass along that conversation to you next as the Cafe Agape pregame show continues here on the Kahok Sports Network. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. And we welcome you back into the Cafe Agape pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. We're back at Kahok Stadium on a gorgeous Saturday afternoon. And we are here because of soccer, boys soccer. Your Collinsville Kahawks taking on CBC from across the river in St. Louis area. Joining us now, Rob Lugie, the Collinsville Kahawks head coach. Let's go back in time and talk about the O'Fallon game, since I haven't talked to you then. Let me give me your thoughts, and then I'll maybe get a little bit more detail on the questions.
So my thoughts of the game: we won. That's a good thing. It was not our best performance. There was a whole lot of kicking the ball back and forth and not a lot of possession. When we were able to put the ball on the ground and move it, we were effective. But times were limited, because when O'Fallon got it, they played very direct, and we struggled to just get it back on the ground and move it. It's another game, though. If we score our early opportunities, it's not going to be as much of a dogfight as it had to be. But the boys fought hard. We were down. We came back, we tied the game, and to win a game in PKs with Jackson making a save and scoring the winning goal, again, we won, and that's a positive.
I did not know that Jackson Perrell had never taken part in a PK before, even when he was playing as a forward or a midfielder defender.
Yeah, no, first time ever. So, both ways, he did a great job for us.
So did he talk you into that, or did you already have a game plan set before then?
Well, with certain people out, by de facto, Jackson was it. We hit PKs quite often, and I knew that Jackson can hit it with pace. My only worry was at him getting it on frame. But at that point, it just had to be done.
Let's go back to the goal that came in off of the throw-in. You had a lot better view of it than I did. What did you see?
I saw one of their players kind of run up Jackson's back and move him out of the way. That was my opinion, but that was not the opinion of other people. So, the goal counted.
That's all that really matters. All right, take us to Thursday's game against Maryville Christian. You guys broke the offense out, man. 6 goals.
We did, and it was nice to be able to get some players who work really hard in practice but don't get a lot of minutes in games. And they did well that second half. They put 4 goals in pretty quickly. All in all, it was a good performance for us.
At this stage in the game, your leading goal scorer with 5 is Adam Reininger. Did you see that coming, or are you surprised?
No, not at all. In the spring, with the amount of chances that Adam got, I knew he could score a lot of goals, and he is still putting himself in good position, and he can score a lot more. It's one slow step here, somebody blocking a shot there. If those things don't happen, Adam's in double digits by now.
Kai Serrano got the start in goal against Maryville Christian. Was that planned to give Jackson Perrell a day off?
Yeah, and Kai deserves some time. He's at practice every day, working hard. He does a good job, and he just deserves some time to play.
All right, you guys got CBC here this afternoon, kind of like Missouri royalty here on the Kahok soccer field. A very storied program, lots of titles. Their coach has been around doing his thing here for like half of a century almost. So talk to me about what you know about this program and why it is held in such high regard.
Well, they're good, and they are really well coached. He's got, I think, 1,000 wins, something like that, 1,000+ wins. So they're well coached. They have quality players. They're very organized, and they just do their jobs. And they're successful because the kids buy into their program and they do what they're supposed to.
And they're on the schedule for a reason, right? I mean, they're a good quality program, and that's a good test to see where you guys are.
Exactly, and that's what I told the boys yesterday. This is where we find out where we are. While we enjoy our conference and those are tough, this game kind of sets up for the rest of the year. If we can play with them and get a good result, then we know we belong.
You guys have gotten 8 games under your belt already, I believe, if math's not wrong. And they've just started their season on September the 2nd. So do you feel that benefits you a little bit, having more games in hand?
Yeah, to a point, but we have played a lot of games, and there's, sore bodies and nicks and bruises. They're a little bit more fresh than we are, but we have more in-game experience. So, it's kind of a double-edged sword when it comes to that.
What do you want to see out of you guys tonight? How are you going to take this victory?
Play simple, play wide, attack the width, and take care of your opportunities when you get them.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
That is Rob Lugie, your Collinsville Kahok boys varsity head coach. We'll take a break here on the Cafe Agape pregame show. When we come back, we'll get the starting lineups for you and names and numbers coming your way. All next on the Kahok Sports Network. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. Just because you can cut your own hair doesn't mean you should. The Shop, a great place in Collinsville for men and boys haircuts, is where you should take your hair. The Shop is owned and operated by Collinsville High School graduates Danny Kress and Jody Neiman, and is located at 103 South Seminary Street in Uptown Collinsville. The Shop isn't just another place to get a haircut, as Danny and Jody take great joy in getting to know their clients and look forward to turning those clients into friends. When you sit in a stylish chair at the Shop, Jody and Danny pride themselves on getting to know you well enough to say, "The usual?" So, men and boys, if you're tired of the same old cookie-cutter approach to haircuts, check out Danny and Jody at the Shop. You may just walk out with not only a fantastic cut, but you may also walk out with a friend. Or two. The Shop in Collinsville, 618-772-7175. No appointment necessary. The Shop, 103 South Seminary in Uptown Collinsville.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com. All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. And once again, we welcome you back into the Cafe Agape pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network as we're getting you ready for this battle between your Collinsville Kahawks and the cadets of CBC High School. We bring in Brett Borum now on the other microphone. And Brett, you were at the Maryville Christian game, 6-0 win, man. I'm waiting for some goal explosions like that so I can witness that in person.
Yeah, that was good to see the boys put some balls in the net. It was even better to see, and I think Coach echoed this in his comments in the pregame, it was great to see some kids get some playing time that haven't been getting it but have been working hard during practice and earning the minutes. So that was good to see them get on the field.
Kai Serrano got the shutout as the goalkeeper in that game, and we had goals from 6 different players, and that's always nice when you can spread it out and it's just not one kid doing it all.
Exactly. Let's hope that just kind of opens the floodgates for the Kahawks for the rest of the year coming forward. It's going to be a tough match today. CBC is as you said, it's soccer royalty when it comes to the Missouri side of the river. I always circled this game on my calendar, when I was playing here at Collinsville years and years ago, and I circled it when I saw the schedule come out this year. This hopefully is going to be a good match.
Yeah, well, these two teams, they haven't played since 2018 because, of course, last year you had COVID restrictions on travel, so you couldn't cross state lines to play, so
Right.
Collinsville never saw them. But the series is owned by CBC. The Cadets have 12 wins against Collinsville over the years, and the Kahawks have one. That one win came in 2014, a 1-0 win right here at Kahok Stadium. They did not play last year, as I mentioned, due to the COVID restrictions. So the last they played was in 2019. CBC won at home 3-0, and from 2007 to 2012, the teams didn't play each other. So there was a big gap where they didn't play each other, and recently they got added back on the schedule in 2008. In 2003, Collinsville played CBC's JV team, and that was a 1-1 tie. So in the 13 varsity games, CBC is 12-1 against Collinsville High School, and the Cadets have outscored the Kahawks in that time 42-7. So goals are hard to come by when you're playing this team.
Yeah, this is. I expect to see a quality possession style game from the Cadets. I mean, they're going to be well trained. Obviously, you talked about Coach Mickler and his 50 years of coaching experience. He was coaching when I played here, and had quite the reputation then. So he has a good program. He certainly has trainers in place that can help them be better, and I expect them to have a good possession game today. It's going to be a tough challenge.
Yeah, his state championships include 1968 as a player for CBC. They captured a state championship, and then he's coached the team to 9 state championships in Missouri, and that accounts for all 10 of their state championships in the history of that program. So 10 Missouri state champs. The last time was in 2018. 6 times they have finished in second place, and 5 times they have finished in third place. That's a lot of trips to state.
That is a lot of trips to state. I mean, you can always count on, the top programs over there being the CBCs, the SLUs, the Viannis, and the DeSmets. I mean, they've always been those top programs, and this year's probably going to be no different. What are they, 4-0 this year?
3-0.
3-0.
Yep. And if the JV game is any indication, that thing was a battle throughout until CBC broke the ice with about 13 minutes left in the first half, and then 2.5 minutes later they added the second one on there and won that game 2-0. But that was a tight battle too.
That was a tight battle. That JV team is holding their own, and actually I think they're undefeated, are they not? Well, except for today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're doing pretty well.
Yeah.
I think what I'm worried about today with the Kahawks, at least in this varsity match, is going to be the depth. I know we're missing a lot of players that either out on injury. Jimmy Crowder injured, Justin Hammond injured in the half. All
right, we're going to stay here for the national anthem, and then we have a 9/11 tribute as well after that. So we're going to keep it here for all that.
Today, we are wishing comfort and love to those who lost a loved one or was directly affected by the tragic events that occurred that day. Please bow your heads in a moment of silence for 20 seconds to honor our lost Americans, first responders, and members of the military. Thank you. Now, please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem.
I don't.
And once again, welcome back in to the broadcast booth here at Kahok Stadium. 20-year anniversary of the events that happened on 9/11. I served in the military from 1981 to 84, and I know that Mr. Borm, you're a member of the first responder family. So this is, even if you're not a member of any of those fraternities, it still is one of those days you'll never forget.
Absolutely, never forget it. And you know, I'm glad to see that the school still honors this 20 years later.
Something we wish we didn't have to honor,
Right.
but it is one of those things, and one of those things that we'll never forget. And the thing that I never forget about it is the compassion that poured out of everybody right after that. And unfortunately, I'm not going to say anything more about that, except for that is sorely missing in these days.
I agree.
All right, we're just about ready to go. Collinsville is dressed in all purple. They are the home team today, and Jackson Peril is in goal to your left. And over on the other side, Christian Brother College, CBC High School. They are dressed in white. Their goaltender is Sean Stenger. In front of him, you'll find Liam Jacober, Landon Hartzell, Nate Tebu, Luke Matchiner, Dominic Bartoni, Luca Bartoni, Dylan Bikert, Dylan James, Caden Smith, and Alex Etzel. In front of Jackson Peril for Collinsville, you will find Dane Compton, Trey Peterson, Adam Reiniger, Landon Mahat, Bryson Bodie, Sam Garofalo, Jalen Wade, Gavin Chrisman, Aiden Hensler, and Braden Borm. Beautiful day for some soccer, wouldn't you say?
Beautiful day. It's great to be back here at the Kahok Stadium. Good, solid Missouri team over here to give us a good challenge.
Nice little breeze blowing throughout the complex here today. Temperatures are supposed to be in the 90s, but the humidity's low, so it's not one of those overbearing humid days. So the players will probably break out in a sweat, but everybody in the stand should be feeling pretty comfortable out there. CBC with the ball in the middle of the field. They send it over to the far side, and they bring it up the sideline. Holding his own over there, of course, is Trey Peterson, one of the premier defenders here for Collinsville, and that ball out of bounds, and it'll belong to the Kahawks. Collinsville has their purple uniforms on, as I mentioned, and they have white numbers on the fronts and the backs. Jackson Peril dressed all in black, as is his counterpart, Sean Stenger. And they'll send it back to Stenger. Stenger on the year, 160 minutes coming into this game. He's 2-0. He's given up 4 goals, a goals against average of 2.00, 9 saves, and a save percentage right at 69%. As CBC tries to work it up the other direction so they can get a little offense going on here. Right now, a little back and forth. No one really testing out anybody's goalkeeper as of yet, but over on the far side, CBC trying to set things up over there on that right wing. There's a throw up the middle, and a nice job getting that ball out of there. Just in time was Aiden Hensler. Collinsville now trying to bring it back up the other way. Battling over there is Bryson Bodie. And now a ball comes out front, and get that out of here, and nicely done there by Jalen Wade. Collinsville needs to get it going the opposite direction, though. They trying to get it out of there, but CBC's preventing that from happening, and here come the Cadets again. Here is Nate Tebu. Out front now for Smith. Smith sends it out into the middle on a little crossing pass. Now back over here to this near side sideline for James. James stretches it up the sideline. Borm stops it, but CBC collects it back anyway. And now back into the box. Collinsville will take care of it with a little tap over to Jackson Peril, and we'll head back the other direction. Peril sends the ball flying, and that one's going to go flying out of bounds.
As I indicated in the before the national anthem was played, I think depth's going to be a problem today. Kind of a short bench over there for the Kahawks. I know Hammond got injured in the JV game. Jimmy Crowder's out with a concussion. So going to be a shorter bench.
I know that Coach was waiting for a couple of his players to get through taking the SAT today, too.
Yeah, 2 down, taking the SAT, and Alex Lorsbach, who normally starts at right back. Now you got Borm starting at right back instead of his traditional center back. And then Gavin Knoll, who gets quality minutes as well. So we're down some good players today.
Yes, we are. Jackson Peril sends the ball out. Peril's numbers look like this: 540 minutes played. He's 3-2-2 on the year. He's 2 shutouts to his credit. One of those he shared with Kai Serrano. 9 goals against for a goals against average of 1.33. And Peril has made 30 saves on the year, and that puts him right at 77% on the year.
Yeah, he's done a good job filling in as a goalkeeper this year.
And got to score the game-winning goal in the penalty kick phase the other night against O'Fallon.
Yeah, you and I called that, didn't we? When
Yeah.
we saw the four white shirts line up out there, there was only one option, and that was going to be Mr. Peril taking that 5th kick.
CBC back on the offensive attack, trying to get it a little farther down midfield, but that ball rolls out of bounds, and that ball will belong to Collinsville. And the throw-in coming from Big Gavin Chrisman, who met his match at O'Fallon in the throw-in department.
Oh,
That
sure
kid had some rubber band arms.
Yeah, he did.
Slingshot that ball out there.
Such a threat.
I know. And he scored a goal. Well, kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
On a throw-in. That's why I asked Coach what he saw, because he had a lot better angle than we did. And I thought that ball was out of bounds.
Yeah.
Leading scorer for the Cadets right now, that's a shared honor between 3 players. Dominic Bartoni, Luke Matchner, and Caden Smith all have 3. Collinsville's leading goal scorer is Adam Reiniger with 5. Jimmy Crowder and Sam Galafaro would be next with 2 each.
Yeah, we knew this was going to need to be a squad that has balanced scoring. We don't have that 20-goal scorer that you need to run up top, so goals have got to come from everybody. Goals by committee, I guess.
It's tough to win when you depend on one guy scoring all your goals.
Right.
I think O'Fallon saw that last week when Lunning came in having 7 goals in 6 games, and we held him. I think he maybe had 2 shots on goal in that game. Everybody else needed to step up, and they could only muster the 1. Peril over on the far side picks that ball up. Woo! Is that a little goaltender interference there? Dylan Bikert.
I'm not sure why Jackson pulled up there at the last minute. It looked like he was indecisive whether he was going to play it with his feet or pick it up with his hands. He clearly could have used his hands there.
Ends up going out of bounds on the sideline, so Chrisman will throw it in, but just outside of the Collinsville 18-yard box. Nice throw in there by Chrisman. Almost made it back to midfield on a roll. Collinsville picks it up. Here is Bodie. Excuse me, that is Mahat.
A nice turn
Over
by
on the
Reiniger.
far side. Yeah, Reiniger up the sideline. Gets held a
Pulling
little
his
bit.
shirt.
No call. And Collinsville trying to send it up. Boy, I tell you what, he had a good idea trying to send that ball up to Jalen Wade on the run, but never quite made it there. And, yeah, should have been a call.
Clearly should have been a call. Grabbing the shirt, grabbing the arm, grabbing something.
Grabby. Oh, there's a grab, too, so I guess we're not going to call that one either. We'll go back the other way with Matchiner, and he takes a shot, and it bounces right off the chest of Jackson Peril, and Jackson out there to scoot it up before anybody can get in to put in the rebound.
Kind of a wind blowing into Jackson Peril's face. His punts are probably not going to carry as they normally do. Something to look for.
And we do have a little bit of a breeze, as you can hear through the microphones and during the pregame interview as well. Didn't realize it was that windy out until I listened back to it. CBC, they bring it up off of a body, and then that body gets it right back. Here is Bartoni, and a shot that goes on top of the goal. And I believe that ball actually hit the crossbar of the football goalpost. So Peril will send us back to a restart here. Sends the ball out, low line drive, makes it almost to midfield before it's stopped in midair by one of the cadet players. And now CBC takes control of the ball at midfield. They'll send it over here to James. Dylan James with it. Sends it over on the far side, and then Luke Bartoni sends it back to the goalkeeper, Stanger. Stanger sends it back over into the offensive territory of CBC. Collinsville intercepts it at midfield. Over on the far sideline. Cadets bring it up right in front of their bench. Stinger will take control, and he'll get the ball out of there before Sam Garofalo could apply any pressure. Now, Dane Compton trying to chase it down over there on the far side, but Jackson Peril comes to the edge of the box and picks it up before the Cadets could get there for any kind of offensive push.
Ball
Peril
just hangs.
Yeah, it does. Kicks it into that wind. It just stays up there for a little while longer. There's another stop by Compton, but they can't get it out of the zone. And CBC back to work on offense here. They'll kick it back over to the defense. And Landon Hartzell. Hartzell sends the ball up, and that ball ends up out of bounds, and it'll belong to CBC.
So far, kind of what I predicted. A lot of simple possession so far by the CBC Cadets. Putting passes together, stringing nice balls. I'm sure that's going to be their play throughout the game.
That ball ends up going out of bounds. You have to remember, too, this is only their 4th game, so they're probably still trying to get their legs in soccer shape, maybe, and trying to get some things figured out themselves.
A lot of turnovers by the Kahawks in this center mid again.
Yeah, no one can seem to get a real firm grasp on it and get things going in the right direction here for Collinsville. CBC spending an awful lot of time down here in the offensive zone. There's a pass that goes all the way over to the other side, and Trey Peterson gets it out of there, sends it on up to Adam Reiniger, and Reiniger gets his feet taken right out from underneath him.
Clearly, I think that should have been a call.
Yeah, not doing much calls today here, are we?
He did not get the ball. He got the legs.
Did I hear you say we were a referee short?
Looks that way. I see two referees, no center, so that's going to always be a challenge when it comes to offsides.
Apparently it's going to be a challenge for foul calls, too. Some of them have gone unnoticed here. Jalen Wade couldn't control that ball, and Mahat couldn't either. CBC sends it back up to midfield. Here they come again, trying to send it up, but there was only one guy back to 3 defenders, so Collinsville wins that battle and sends it back up to midfield. Excuse me. Kahawks can't seem to get control of it to send it up into the offense, though. All the way back to Compton. Compton sends it up to Bodie. Bodie circles with it, sends it over here toward the sideline, trying to corral it as Garofalo. Garofalo then leaves it, and Borm sends it up for Wade, and Wade gets tripped. Boy, there's just the guys. I don't think they brought their whistles. Oh, there is a whistle. I hear a whistle. Well, I don't know what that call was, but the call down here didn't stand.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. And he's bringing it back here to the 40.
Yeah. All right. Aiden Hensler. He'll send it upfield. Collinsville will try to keep it down there for a little bit of an offensive push. Reiniger trying to chase it down. He can't. And the ball ends up going out of bounds, and it'll belong to Collinsville. And we'll get a Gavin Chrisman throw in here right at the end of the Cadets bench. CBC has beat Lindbergh 3-1, Gateway Legacy Christian 4-3, and Francis Howell North 7-0. They've outscored their opponents 14-4 in the first 3 games. And Collinsville once again back on defense. Borm sends it over to the near side sideline. Picked up over there by Garofalo. Garofalo will try to break Wade, but he didn't hit the ball in the right direction, and it ends up going out of bounds.
Nope. Didn't strike it true enough. Hit off the side of his foot, which caused it to go out of bounds.
Yeah, Wade only had one guy down there with him, so if he could have gotten a hold of that, could have had our first scoring chance. So Cadets throw it in. And it comes down for Hartzell. Hartzell gets himself away from a couple of Kahawks. Brings it up. Moves directions over to midfield and sends it right into the midfield circle. And finds Alex Etzel. Collinsville intercepts. And Reiniger brings it back up, trying to break Jalen Wade. Wade coming in over on that far left wing. Has the ball kicked off away from him. And I don't think it had enough juice to get across the line. It didn't. And CBC takes over. Jacober sends it right to Rob Lugie. Rob Lugie is not playing. 27:40 left to play here in this first half. No score between CBC and Collinsville.
Based on the short bench, it'd be nice to suit Coach Lugie up today.
Yeah, probably. I don't know how winded he would get and how fast.
I'm quite sure he could probably hold his own.
2-0. JV lost 2-0. No Chris Kettler up in the box today. He's going to see Blue October for, I think, the 75th time. So Clay Smith is the man on the microphone here at Kahok Stadium today. Wears many hats around here, doesn't he?
He does. Man of multi-talents.
Multi-talented, but not multitasking.
Well, he'll even tell you he can't multitask.
Peril picks that one up, and we'll get back to action with a goal kick restart here, or a goal kick anyway, not a restart. And CBC takes over on their defensive side. They'll send it all the way back to their goalkeeper, the senior, Sean Stenger. All the way back up to midfield, Stenger sends the ball, and then back to the defense. Once again, here is Luca Bartoni. Out front, Etzel. Over on the far side, comes back in the middle once again for Hartzell. CBC just trying to keep it away from the players in the purple, and right now they're doing a pretty good job of it.
They are. It's kind of a keep away type game right now. Moving the ball around, forcing the Kahawks to chase.
Trying to keep it away, and hopefully they'll find an opening and put one in. Collinsville trying to prevent that. Trey Peterson over there playing some defense. Ball comes into the box and almost gets by everyone, and it just ping-pongs off a few ankles, and finally it's pushed back to midfield by Landon Mahat. Trying to chase it down over here is Sam Garofalo. He won't get there. And Collinsville will have a throw in. And it'll be Borm. Throws it up the line, trying to find Wade. Off of Wade's head and heading toward the sideline and out of bounds. So now we'll switch possessions, and CBC will throw it in. They do so up the sideline. Everybody lets it go over their head. And it's chased down by Hensler, who will send the ball over to Dane Compton. Compton brings it back over here for Borm. Borm, he'll bring it up the sideline. Looks ahead, trying to find Wade. He did, and Wade hit it off of his ankle, and it didn't go very far after that, so it comes right back to a CBC player, and now the Cadets are on the move. Oh, that's a nice move around by Tebow. Tebow's in there, and he's going to shoot, and he's going to score. Nate Tebow breaks the 1-1, or excuse me, the 0-0 tie.
Turnover happens here at about the 30-yard line in the Kahok offensive zone. Borm tried to feed Wade into space, and instead I think he played it with a little heavy pace right into Wade's leg, and it caused a turnover and eventually led back to that goal.
And Tebow put on a nice move. He knew that ball was going in the direction it was going in, and he took not a direct route to the ball. He kind of circled around the defender for Collinsville, and after that it was just a matter of the 1-versus-1 with Peril. Peril came out. That ball had just enough zip to get by him and go in over that far goal post. Cadets trying to work it up once again. This time Peril comes out, and he'll send the ball back out to midfield and beyond. Borm sends it up, trying to find Wade. Wade had it roll down his back and then takes a tumble, and now we're going to have that called.
Whistle?
That's a whistle on that.
There's a
So many
whistle?
things have happened here that required a whistle, and that probably wasn't one of them.
Well, we got one. It works.
I know.
It works.
Exactly. We know the whistle now works. It is operational. Free kick coming up here for Collinsville. Landon Mahat. We're going to take this one. 23:50 left. 24:49 was how much time was left when the goal was scored by CBC. And that ball made it into the box, and the Cadets used the head to get it right back out. Collinsville trying to keep it down there.
Two of our defenders are caught up into that box.
Loose ball finally corralled by Caden Smith for CBC. Sends it back to his goalkeeper, Stenger, who will send it over here to Dylan James. James up the sideline now for the goal scorer, Tebow. Back out to midfield for Hartzell, and Hartzell sends it up into the midfield circle. And almost picked off there by Compton. He got enough of it to save it, though.
Yep,
Trying to
that's a nice
spring
ball.
Jalen Wade. Wade will come in, and it'll be taken off the ball, and that'll go across the sideline off of the foot of Luca Bartoni. And Collinsville will have a throw-in from near the corner kick flag. Why is my camera glitching?
Alex Lorsbach has entered the building.
Hey. Hope he did okay on his SATs.
Hope so.
Throw in, and Trey Peterson has it rolled down his back. And trying to get there was Reiniger, but he didn't time that one right. And it comes out. And a rolled out pass by Stinger. And CBC heads back the other direction. Tebow trying to chase down another opportunity here. He stops it on the near sideline and then cuts across the middle. Looking to spring open one of his teammates, but that ball is going to roll all the way over to Jackson Peril on the far side of the goal. Camera keeps on freezing up.
See, you went back to the huddle cam today.
Well, I do for soccer, and I didn't break out my camera because there will be no penalty kicks when it's a non-conference cross-state game.
Good point.
So I figured I'd let the huddle camera do its thing, but apparently the huddle camera wants to play a little fickle. All the way back to Compton. Peril. Phew. Waited almost too late.
Too much.
Out to midfield it goes. Kahok's trying to track it down, but CBC, they have controlled most of the play here. Bodie sends it back up to midfield. Jalen Wade will send it back to Reiniger, and that one is going to end up being offsides if it does count. Well, they're not going to call anything at the moment, so Reiniger will take a shot, and that one's going to go well wide and past the goal, and it'll be a goal kick restart coming up here for Sean Stenger.
He might have been on when that ball was played, so that's probably why he let that play go.
I don't know why that camera's doing that. I'm not in charge of it. These are all still prototype cameras, I believe. So I think the Huddle company's still trying to work out the bugs on these remote cameras out here on the fields. I like the concept because you don't know how many times I struggle to find camera people throughout the year.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the day off.
I hear you. CBC up 1-0. Goal by Nate Tebow with 24:49 left to play in the first half. That's where we are right now, and CBC still controlling things at the moment. Compton, Compton sends it up to midfield. And then over on the far sideline, Alex Lorsbach trying to track it down over there, and he does so, but the pass was a little bit too hard and went right past Reiniger. Now back out to midfield. Lorsbach with those fresh legs in there. Holds his own, keeping up. And that ball rolls over to Peril. And Jackson will send us back out to a restart here with a ball that almost makes it about 70 yards downfield into the wind. Not bad.
Yeah, that was a good punt.
Here is Bodie. He'll send it over to the far sideline. Now trying to send it over here for Trey Peterson as Peterson comes from that side of the field to this side of the field after Lorsbach shows up. And CBC in the meanwhile with their 1-0 lead looking to make it more. Cut across. 3 Kahok players are there, and Collinsville gets the ball out of there, but really not far enough. Here is Etzel, and Etzel had a lot of time. Sends it out to the front of the box, knocked down there by CBC, and still right in front of the box. They put it right into the front, and a shot and a save by Jackson Peril off of the leg of Dominic Bartoni.
I still feel like CBC is dictating the pace of the play in this game. Collinsville's got to pick up their energy a little bit. Coach Loogie said he wanted play to get wide, and I'm not seeing that yet.
Jackson Peril almost made a grave mistake there. Didn't get that ball up high, and it ended up going right off of the leg of one of the CBC players, and it stays right where it is in the Cadets offense. Chasing it down over on the far side is Caden Smith. Smith turns the corner, trying to get around Hensler. Hensler tugged on him a bit, no call. And once again, Smith turns around, takes the shot, and the missed header and the missed kick after the missed header almost cost Collinsville, but that ball ends up going across, and I think Jackson Peril would have had a lot easier of a chance to pick it up instead of trying to dive for it, and once he did, it went off him and it goes across the end line, and because of that, CBC will have a corner kick. Would have been better off just letting that ball go.
Yeah, probably. I'm not sure he knew who it was hit off of, though. That was probably his concern.
Corner kick on the way, and Jackson Peril gets a body part on it. And then it luckily comes to a Kahok, and Collinsville works it back upfield. Here is Adam Reiniger. Reiniger sends it up to midfield, but it's going to be booted out of bounds almost into the Collinsville vocational technical area. Simple little tap out of bounds, I think, would have done.
Yep.
Sent that ball almost to the greenhouse.
Hugo Gonzalez checks into the game, so give him some minutes today.
Junior forward for Collinsville. And the Kahawks trying to get some offense going. They'll send the ball down, and Jalen Wade will track it down over there in that far side corner, and he'll send it back up to Sam Garofalo. Garofalo, he'll take a shot to the net, and a two-hand save by Sean Stenger. Came right to him. Came right to him. Now, Nate Tebu.
Got to step up.
Yeah, Nate Tebu, who scored the goal here, is just kind of having his way, working the ball up into the offensive side of things. Now back out to the middle. That is Hartzell. Hartzell sends it back out to the midfield circle area. Caden Smith takes it over and then sends it over here to James. James across the way, and that one's off the back ankle of one of the Kahok players, and it rolls to Jackson Perrell. And Jackson will send us back to work. Rolls all the way to the Cadets bench. 16 minutes, 15 seconds left to play here in this first half. 1-0 in favor of CBC. They are looking to go 4-0 on the year. Collins was looking for their third straight win. 2 wins in a row over O'Fallon and Maryville Christian.
And the one thing with this young Kahok team is I never count them out. They always play to the very last whistle. They don't give up. They'll get their chances.
Peterson works it up to Garofalo. Garofalo sends it on over to Reiniger. Reiniger, the leading goal scorer, sends one, but that's over both the net and the football goal post.
But it's a corner kick. So it either deflected off the keeper or deflected off somebody in front of Reiniger as he struck it.
I didn't see that, but
I didn't either.
I'll take your word for it.
But Reiniger was pointing to that corner flag immediately, so he saw something.
So Collinsville will get their first set piece here on a corner kick.
This is a different look on this set piece. A straight line, and here come your runners.
And the ball is on the way, and it does not touch anyone wearing purple. Borm sends it up. CBC sends it right back. That ball is going to roll out of bounds, though, and it'll be Collinsville's ball.
I think Borm had enough time to bring that ball down if he wanted to. There were players coming, but I think he could have got it under control, played it with his feet, and served it back in.
So Collinsville with the throw-in up to Reiniger. Reiniger turns and sends the ball up to
Nice
Garofalo, who sends it out to Wade, and a stinger sliding stop will prevent both Wade and Hugo Gonzalez from getting there first. Good idea, just a little bit too much on the pass. Out to midfield it goes. And Caden Smith sends it over to the far side, right in front of the Kahok bench. Lorsbach trying to wrestle that ball away. And now he'll have a different opponent in which to wrestle it away from, and didn't do it on either occasion. Here is Dylan Smith. Trey Peterson tries to step up. Now on the outside to Tebow. Tebow on the left wing. He'll decide to take a shot. Perrell comes out of goal and takes care of that before any rebound can happen. All the way back out to midfield. Jalen Wade wanted to try to pass it to Hugo on the run there, but couldn't settle it down enough. Now Gonzalez gets it up, and here is Reiniger. Reiniger gets tripped, and that better be a call.
Got the call.
What?
We got the call.
I know, but this guy's complaining like he didn't do anything wrong. I'm like, come on, dude. You stuck your leg out and tripped the guy.
I think he's claiming, number 10 is claiming, I think he got ball.
Yeah. Luca Bartoni.
Okay, this is a goal-scoring opportunity.
Sure is.
Let's put this on frame.
25 yards out, right in front of the bubble at the top of the box. Reiniger and Mahat. Which one's going to take it?
It's going to be Mahat, I would bet.
Mahat sends it off the wall. Gets it right back. Sends it again and off the same player. And now it comes out to CBC. And they have an opportunity to bring it up. 3-on-3 coming up the other way. And Vikert sends it up. And unable to get it around was Matchinger. Now he does. And Matchinger sends it to the front and picked up there by Trey Peterson. Peterson turns the corner. He's got some speed and he can use it. Sends it on up, trying to find Compton there at the top of the circle at midfield, but couldn't do it. And then that ball just rolls right in, and Jackson Perrell will take care of it and send us back to a start here with 12.5 minutes and some change left in this first half.
Speaking of Peterson, I heard today that he got third place in a cross-country meet.
Nice.
Yeah, kid's a runner, man.
I'm telling you.
Talented kid.
Collinsville trailing 1-0 here. A goal open. He'll send it over to Lorsbach. Lorsbach surveys. Taps one over to Mahat. Mahat sends one up, trying to break Hugo Gonzalez. Gonzalez uses the head, gets it farther up on that left wing, and then got rid of his defender. Cuts in front, tries to send it out for Wade, and there just wasn't enough time for Hugo to plant his feet and get a proper pass off. He had to do it while he was on the run, and that ends up costing him and Wade a chance to tie it up.
Boy, you almost had a 3v1 with Reiniger coming in behind Wade. Hugo just couldn't get enough on that pass. That was definitely a great opportunity for the Kahawks. I like the energy Hugo's brought in so far.
Carlo Anik comes in for the first time in this game for CBC. And a throw in by the Cadets in front of their own bench into midfield. Collinsville trying to track it down. Hensler does. Back over to Compton. Compton turns with it. He'll just send it right back to Perrell. Be safe about it. Perrell will send it over here for Borm. Borm will send it back to Perrell. And then Perrell will send it to midfield.
It's a nice ball there.
Off of the chest of Jalen Wade. Wade gets pushed and then tries to feather a pass over to Peterson, but Peterson wasn't quite there yet. Throw in comes, and CBC takes over. 10:40 left to play here in this first half. 1-0 in favor of the Cadets. Collinsville's hanging tough, trying to create some opportunities here. Trey Peterson's having a rough go at it. Fell down as he was trying to circle around to get that ball. And now Perrell will come all the way out to the front of the box and scoop that up before any threat could be materialized. And Perrell will send it back to midfield. Comes down. Peterson tries to get it up to Reiniger. Reiniger overstepped the ball. And now CBC works it back out to midfield.
Ooh.
Ooh. Yeah.
Good job,
Trey Peterson gets in the way of that pass and then tries to get the ball back. He can't do it. Comes up here to Tebow. Tebow has the lone goal in this game and tries to feather a pass out, but that's picked off by Collinsville's Mahat. And now Peterson gets shoved down.
That's a card-worthy foul to me.
Yeah, right there on the sideline.
It was a two-hand shove.
Sure was. Collinsville doesn't wait for the free kick. It comes right in the front of the box and headed back out by CBC. And then Trey Peterson, instead of letting it go out of bounds, comes to Mahat, who gets it over to Wade. And Wade trying to get around his defender and just can't. Still trying to work at it, though. But then CBC takes over and sends it back up to midfield. Boy, that was a dangerous opportunity brewing there. Perrell sends it up to Borm. Borm sends it up, but that's picked off by Tebow. Tebow heads the other direction. Has a teammate, Bartoni, coming up that sideline, and instead he'll send it back out to Hartzell. Hartzell dances around and sends the ball up, and back out to midfield we go. Now back over here to Anik. Knocked out of bounds, and it's going to stay with CBC as Collinsville will bring in Benny Peck. He'll take the place of Jalen Wade. And out goes Caden Smith for CBC. And looks like Henry Reinwart will come in for the Cadets. Anik scoots the ball up. Tebow trying to chase it down, but he can't get there. That ball will go across the end line, and that will turn into a goal kick restart here for Collinsville. Eight minutes left to play here in this first half. Another late replacement.
Aiden Kaufman entering the game.
Kaufman will come in for Peterson. And Perrell sends the ball out. Down to the midfield circle it goes. And Hugo Gonzalez sends it back to his defense. And then it comes over for Mahat. Mahat sends it over this way for Kaufman. Kaufman sends it up the way for Benny Peck. Peck comes in over on the left wing. He's got some arm on. He took the wrong shot with the wrong foot, I think.
I think he just struck it poorly. Hit it with his toe or the outside of the foot, caused it to spin out.
Hit it with his right foot, and he did. He did it off the pinky toe, and it went right. Get it off the big toe, and you got a better chance.
That was a good chance. That was a good
sure
opportunity.
Was. Sean Stinger gets a goal kick restart opportunity here now. He has the wind at his back, and he'll send that ball into the offensive zone for CBC. Off of the head of Compton. Down on the ground. Borm kicks it back toward midfield. And the defense will take over for CBC. They'll send it up. Knocked right back to where it came from. off the head of Hensler. Over on the far side. Out of bounds. Throw in for CBC. Rolls into the Collinsville defensive, send it back to Peril, and Peril will take care of sending the ball out of here. Ooh. Boy, I tell you what, if Peck could have got there, he would have got that ball to Kaufman. Kaufman would have been on the run up the sideline here. Here is Reiniger, and Reiniger sees Kaufman and tries to lead him with a pass. Coming up on that left wing, that's outside the box. Gets it up there for Benny Peck. Peck gets taken down. Kaufman gets the ball back, and then it's sent back, and once again, Peck turns around with it. Off the side of his foot, and then CBC takes over and gets it back out to midfield. Off of Borm. Comes down for Hensler. Hensler sends it on up to Compton. And into the middle, trying to find Peck, but he wasn't there yet. Collinsville with some opportunities here as of late. And CBC now trying to create an opportunity, trying to get past the double team there of Hensler and Lorsbach, and somehow or another CBC still hangs on to the ball. Now over on the far side, right wing, and Lorsbach gets taken down hard.
Almost looked like his head hit the turf.
It did. I agree. Then a couple of Kahok players taken out in this game, man.
Yep.
Pushed from behind, shoved down. Ball sent all the way back into the Collinsville offensive zone. CBC tracks it down at midfield. Loose ball picked up by Lorsbach. Lorsbach, he'll send it up trying to find Hugo Gonzalez. Gonzalez gets his ankle or gets his heel on the ball, stops it again. And now Benny Peck over there trying to help out with a little offensive push as well. That almost paid off. Peck almost got that ball away.
Hugo's battling over there today.
Sure is. Borm sends it on up for Mahat. And his pass to Compton was picked off. Now all the way over on the far side, CDC trying to generate some more offense. There is Bartoni, and that one's high and wide. And Jackson Peril with a goal kick restart. 4 minutes to go here in this first half.
At this point, I would say in the last 10 minutes, 15, Collinsville's picked it up a little bit. They've had a few opportunities versus being on their heels for that first, 15 minutes of the match or so.
Yeah, we'll make some halftime adjustments, see if we can do better next time out.
Yeah.
Here is Borm with a throw-in. Throws it up the line and throws it out of bounds.
Not sure what that was. Trying
to thread the needle and trying to find Reiniger. Why not throw it to your leading goal scorer, see what he can do with it, but that was just an offline throw. So CBC gets it back. Somebody's grilling, I can smell it.
I do too.
Compton in the middle, up to Garofalo. Almost got blindsided there.
No shot.
And a slow roller that'll go across the end line. And another goal kick restart coming up here for Jackson Peril. Peril sends the ball on a low screamer, and that one didn't get but 20 yards away, and it's off of the cadet player. And, well, what do you know? He got over there and stopped it before it went out of bounds. Sends it right back up to Bartoni. Bartoni on that sideline trying to track it down. It'll be a Collinsville ball.
Hugo Gonzalez coming back into the game.
Yeah, Jalen Wade's back in as well.
Hugo now going from a forward to a right back.
And Aiden Kaufman out of the game. Kaufman wasn't in there for that long.
No, but he made some things happen.
Yeah, I was going to say, he and Peck almost teamed up on a goal there. Trying to keep the legs fresh. CBC up by 1, and they'll send it over here for Anik. Anik sends it on up for Etzel. Etzel trying to work his way around. No chance there around Borm. Now Etzel with the throw-in. Finally figures out where to go with it. And down onto Hartzell it goes. And back over this way now for Anik. Anik takes a pass over onto the far side, trying to time it up just right there. And it was a missed opportunity. 1:15 left to play here in this first half. Collinsville with a chance for one more offensive push if Jackson Perro can get the ball down range.
Like to see Collinsville get out of this half at this 1-0, make some adjustments if need be, if coach determines it's needed, and come back out with some energy in the next half. Their nerves should be out now.
Oh, yeah. Butterflies have gone away. Collinsville with the throw-in. 45 seconds left off of Jalen Wade. Back at midfield. Here's Lorsbach. Lorsbach sends it up, trying to find Benny Peck, but that's over everyone, and Stinger will come out and send the ball up, intercepted by Hugo Gonzalez. And Gonzalez runs into the back of his player, and that's a foul. And we'll head back the other direction for the final 20 seconds. Anik. He finally puts a foot into it. And Perro will have to come out and try to take care of that one, and that'll take the rest of the time off the clock. So at the end of one half of play, a goal with 24:49 left in the first half by junior Nate Tebow of CBC has given the Cadets a 1-0 lead. We will take a break here, and we'll come back and bring you the second half, and then we'll do all that in just a moment on the Kahok
Plumbing
Sports
or
Network.
electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? Call on someone who's invested in your success. In Collinsville, that person is Jason Regg, your Collinsville Edward Jones financial advisor. Jason Regg will work to build a complete picture of your financial life, including your unique goals and passions. Jason Regg of your Collinsville Edward Jones office plays a big part in the community and the Collinsville Unit 10 School District with his Kahok Educator of the Month award. To take care of the things along the path of you and your family's financial journey, call Jason Regg at the Collinsville Edward Jones office at 618-344-0252. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipStLouis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884. The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months. Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our K-Hawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a K-Hawk, always a K-Hawk. Hashtag K-Hawk Family.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
Drink it in. Powerful, vibrant, nutrient-rich fuel for healthy, active, experience-rich lives. Each ingredient chosen carefully, every blend crafted masterfully. Nurturing your passion, nourishing your purpose. So you can be your best self, live your best life, and rule the day.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage Team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100.
Back here at Kahok Stadium, we are at halftime. 1-0 in favor of CBC. Another whole half to go here for Collinsville to see if they can get the equalizer up here and take it from there. Figure before we get back, though, we will fill you in on what is coming up next week. A little bit of a lighter week next week, usually about 4 games a week. This coming week, we only have 3 games coming up for you, a light schedule. We will have girls volleyball action for you versus Belleville West on Tuesday. And boys soccer will be right here on this field versus O'Fallon on that day as well. But we'll be in Fletcher Gymnasium to bring you the girls volleyball game. Southwestern Conference matchup versus Belleville West. Then on Thursday, the girls volleyball team and the boys soccer team are both on the road. Girls volleyball will be at Alton. Boys soccer will be at Belleville East. So 2 Southwestern Conference matchups. And this time we will take the trip to Belleville East to cover the boys soccer game. And then, of course, we will end our week right back here in this booth on Friday night, week number 4 of the football season, as your Collinsville Kahawks host the Trojans of Charleston, Illinois, and that is set for 7 o'clock. One more timeout coming your way, and we'll be back with the beginning of the second half in just a moment here on the Kahawk Sports Network. The reviews are in. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is a hit in the Metro East. Folks both local and just visiting the area are calling Old Herald Brewery and Distillery a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is located at 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville and is home to one of the only restaurants in the state with their own brewery and distillery that produces some of the best brews and spirits in the industry. And the food? All created by an in-house chef using local ingredients that will please any palate. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville has daily specials for both inside diners as well as offering curbside pickup specials and family size specials. And don't forget to take home a bottle or a growler of beers brewed on site at Old Herald Brewery and Distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville. Check their Facebook page for daily specials, online ordering at oldheraldbrewery.com, or give them a call at 855-8027. The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville Kahawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times-Tribune covers that and more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a one-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times-Tribune. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty. The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. We're underway here in the second half. A 1-0 lead by CBC after a first half goal. Todd Duke, Brett Bourne back with you. And a shot and a save by Jackson Perrell, as Perrell now mans the pipes over here on the right-hand side. And Collinsville will try to work it back up, see if they can get this thing tied, and then take it from there. First things first, you got to get the equalizer.
Definitely. Collins got to mount some pressure. Coach Lugie said he wants to attack with width. Let's see if we can do that.
Here is Reiniger. Reiniger with a shot and just goes high.
Great opportunity there for Adam Reiniger, the leading goal scorer.
Yeah, nice setup over there by Jalen Wade to give Reiniger the opportunity, but just got too much underneath it. So Sean Stenger will send us back to a start here. Pops it straight up, right underneath us, and off of the back of the head of Lorsbach and out of bounds. So CBC looks to take back over. Gets right past Sam Garofalo, and then CBC works it up, and another opportunity here for the Cadets. That's a nice stop over there by Compton. They put it back in the middle, shot on goal, and a nice slow roller for Jackson Perrell to handle. That could have been a lot worse.
Miss hit there.
Out of bounds, that one goes. Lorsbach throws it up. Reiniger settles it down, trying to work himself around a defender. Still trying, gets taken out of the play, and now we're going to have a whistle.
Where's the
and
call there?
Reiniger was trying to work himself around Landon Hartzell, and Hartzell didn't give. Landon sends it over. Trying to find Peterson over there on that far side. Didn't do it. Comes all the way back to Borm. Borm in front of his bench. He'll send it back to midfield to Bryson Bodie. Bodie, the junior, sends it up. And Mahat right back to where it came from. Now over to Borm. Borm works it up the sideline. Finds Peterson. Peterson tries to send it back to Bodie, but that was picked away by the defense. But Collinsville keeps it alive. Reiniger sends it up, trying to spring Jalen Wade free on that left side, but and didn't get very far. Well, we went from smelling what would be barbecue to smelling what would be somebody's barbecuing paper.
Sounds like a bonfire or something.
Yeah. It's over there at across the way. Thought maybe All Pro Tees was breaking out the barbecue grills, but I guess not. Here is Lorsbach in the middle. Sends it up to Bodie. Bodie turns, looks, chips the ball up, trying to find Wade, but
nobody to play it to.
Yeah, chipped it in the wrong direction. Nobody's moving.
Right, that's what I'm saying. All three of the front runners were sitting still, standing still.
You're standing right next to the bad guys, and you really can't really do much about it when you have the ball. Move, wink, wink, move, wink, wink. Sam Garofalo tries to wrestle it down, and Sam Garofalo is going to be wrestled down with a foul. 1-0 in favor of CBC. First half goal by the junior Nate Tebow. And just like the JV game, tight game throughout. CBC got 2 late goals in the second half in the JV game, won 2-0, and there's a save by Peril. And just about 4 minutes into this second half, Peril sends it back out. Off of a head and over at the CBC bench. Nicely done over there by Peterson. He just kind of, he waited out Tebow is what he did. And now Peterson will have a throw in right at the end of the CBC bench. Throws it up for Reiniger. Reiniger off of his head. Tries to find Garofalo. Can't. Bodie sends it up to Wade. Wade, he's got some help. Lorsbach coming in over here on the left side. And here's a chance for Collinsville, and they miss another opportunity.
Goodness, we're mishitting some balls today.
Yes, we are.
We're having the opportunities are there.
Yeah.
We're just the technique is not there when it comes to the ball striking.
Shot taken by Garofalo over there on that right wing, while coming up the left wing. Wide open was Alex Lorsbach. He had no one on him. I don't know if Garofalo didn't see that or not, and Garofalo decided to take the shot and mishit it again. Collinsville's had a couple of opportunities here as of late, just mishitting the ball. Here's Hensler. Hensler will let that ball go across the line.
Just throw it.
The referee doesn't need to be looking up in the stands.
Right.
You ignore the people in the stands and you
call.
do your job.
He's not telling the boys which way it is.
Right.
You know, they're trying to have to figure it out for themselves.
Oh, that's a nice little pass up by Wade to Mr. Reiniger, but just a little bit too much on it. Yeah, you got to do something. Point in the right direction, say something, do something.
10 seconds there of no signal.
He didn't react to anything until the crowd yelled at him, and then he looked at the crowd with those piercing eyes, like as if to say,
There's a shirt grab
yeah.
again.
Now we'll have a whistle. So Collinsville will have a free kick, but it's going to be from about 90 yards out. Dane Compton will take this kick. He does. Sends it into the Collinsville offensive zone. Takes a bounce then off of the head of Compton. Racing for it is Trey Peterson. Peterson gets knocked off the ball by Tebow, and we'll take the corner kick.
Adam Reiniger has gets shoved, two-hand shoved to the back at that about the 30-yard line there as he was going for the ball. Another missed call.
Landon Mahat will take the corner kick. Collinsville again lining up, and we'll try to get the kids on the rush while the ball's in the air. Ball's in the air, kids on the move, and it is down for Wade, but he couldn't settle it down. And now it comes over here to the sideline. Here is Garofalo. Garofalo just waited a little bit too long to kick that ball, and it goes right off of the body of Etzel. And then Garofalo gets it back. Bodie trying to wrestle it down as well. Over here right in front of us, Bodie trying to wrestle that ball away, and it comes to Garofalo, and then we have a whistle.
Getting a little chippy over here with number 11.
Mm-hmm. Liam Jacober ready to send it back, but right now the referee wants to say something to Bodie. Stop the clock with 32:39 left just to do that. Now we're back to action. Out to midfield. Caden Smith sends it to a teammate. And then back over this way for Etzel. Etzel moves the ball up for Burkett. Back to the middle we go, and Hartzell had a chance to move the ball forward. Instead, he just sends it over to the far sideline. And now just outside the box, CBC trying to work it in for a goal opportunity, but Lorsbach uses his head to get it out of there. And it comes down in front, and tracking the ball down is Adam Reiniger. Reiniger will send it out to midfield off of the body of Wade, and Wade is mad at himself that he couldn't slow that ball down.
Yeah, that first touch has got to be a little bit better.
To Lorsbach again. Lorsbach on the move, takes care of one defender, trying to get around another. He gets pushed and tugged on again. Boy, I'm telling you what.
I mean, I've seen more two-hand shoves in this game than any game we've played all year.
I see more body contact than I've seen at a square dance. Now we're going to have a talk with number 11, Dylan Burkett. Now we're going to have to talk to another kid as the referee brings out Luca Bartoni to talk to him. All right, so the talking to is finished. And Compton sends the ball downfield, right in front of the box. Headed right back out. And then Bodie uses his head. And the Collinsville Kahawks track it down. Here is Peterson. Peterson off of a body part, and that didn't hurt. That didn't feel too well. And I believe that is Landon Hartzell over there on the ground. Might have got kicked in the midsection. Hugo Gonzalez will check back into the game.
And it looks like it might be his third position of the day.
Yeah, we have a injury timeout on the field, so we will step aside as well, and we're back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future. To create your inheritance. To build your vision. To anticipate the known and unknown. And to find potential in both. And build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene with Visionary Wealth Advisors at his new Collinsville office located at 106 North Clinton, or call Brad at 618-467-8420. Having problems keeping your ride on the road? Roadman Automotive in Collinsville can help you keep your ride rolling. Roadman Automotive offers everything from diagnostic tests when that check engine light comes on to tune-ups, alignments, brake and suspension work, and more. Oil changes at Roadman Automotive start at just $35. Roadman Automotive is open from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday and is located at 936 St. Louis Road in Collinsville. Check out the Roadman Automotive Facebook page for daily specials. Call Roadman Automotive at 618-223-1878, online at roadmanautomotivecollinsville.com. Roadman Automotive. Keep your ride on the road with Roadman Automotive.
Welcome back once again to Kahok Stadium. Todd Duke, Brett Bourne with you. Injured player Landon Hartzell gets off under his own power. Just took him a minute to probably get his air back after he took a ball to the midsection. And then Collinsville had a scoring opportunity. That turned into a scoring opportunity for CBC, and now we're back to action. Collinsville controls the ball. Here is Lorsbach. Lorsbach moves the ball up to Wade. Wade. That player goes down inside the box, but play continues, and now they bring the whistle, and
you don't stop the clock at that point.
Nope.
You don't stop the clock for an injury at that point. Or stop the play. My apologies. You don't blow the whistle for an injury when it is inside the 18-yard box like that.
Supposed to let him keep on going, but we have another injury, and looked like Trey Peterson kicked the ball off of the shin of the player that's down, but he might have taken a shoe to the shin. I'm not sure. At any point, we have our second injury timeout in just about 45 seconds of game time. So once again, we will step aside for a brief moment here on the Kahok Sports Network. Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former Kahok Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place.
Back here at Kahok Stadium, injured player had to be helped off the field a little bit. Collinsville with a scoring opportunity, and a misfire again.
Mahat does a good job of keeping the ball in bounds there inside that corner. Gets a good service off. I think he was trying to bend that back post, but didn't bend it enough.
I don't think it bent at all. I think that was a straight arrow shot right there.
Yeah.
All the way up to midfield, off of the leg of Borman, out of bounds. 29 minutes left to play here in the second half. 1-0 in favor of CBC on a first-half goal. Collinsville has had the better opportunities here, I think, in the second half. They've had better opportunities to score without having really a scoring chance. No shots on goal, really, to speak of, but plenty of opportunities to get a shot on goal.
Borm trying to squeeze
he
up
keeps
there
on
about 10
he keeps
yards.
on doing that, doesn't he?
I don't know.
I think that's a Collinsville trait there. We're going to keep walking until you blow the whistle. Trey Peterson throws it in all the way down. That one almost got to Reiniger's wheelhouse for him to take off running with it, but CBC was there, and now Peterson over on the sideline throws the ball back in to Wade. Wade in front of his own bench, and it has a hit off of Wade, and that one's going the other direction now. In front of the CBC bench, Cadets put it into front of the box, and a shot, and off of the goal post, and out. Collinsville dodges a bullet there, because I tell you what, Dylan Bikert, he was on the move and almost had enough separation to go one-on-one with Peril.
Yep, dodged a bullet for sure.
So Peril will get us back to action here. Peril, ready to go. Sends it out to midfield. And Wade lets it roll down his back, and Reiniger trying to get there ahead of the player and jumps over the player, Jacober, curls into the box and then gets taken down in the box. And what are they going to call?
Looks like a corner.
Yeah. No takedown in the box, huh?
No, I think if Adam Reiniger had that to do over again, he would realize he probably took one touch too many. And if he could do it again, he'd probably serve that a little bit sooner.
So a corner kick up here for Collinsville from this near side corner taken by Mahat. Ball is on the way, and it gets through everybody, and trying to chase it down over there is Peterson, but he's going to lose that race to Bartoni. And then they almost all run into the injured player that's still being tended to over there. That wouldn't be good. Looks like Amanda Bauer over there tending to a lower leg issue for the injured cadet player. Still not sure who it is. I couldn't see the number when they were helping him off.
I couldn't either.
A low ball that Hugo Gonzalez stops. He's got Wade, and right in front of the box. Wade had a couple of opportunities to collect that pass, but just never made it to him. Over on the far side, ball comes up and stopped at the last moment by Peterson, but then it finds its way through. CBC with a scoring opportunity here. Coming up on the left side, and that ball is going to come out the right-hand side, and trying to stop it before it goes out, but unable to. And that ball is going to be a goal kick restart despite the effort there by Dylan Burkett. So Jackson Perrell with another goal kick restart here. Sends it out to midfield. Cadets send it right back. Compton trying to chase it down. He can't. Borm, he gets a foot on it and sends it over across the sideline on the far side. Nice play by Braden Borm.
Collinsville struggling to win these head balls, especially these second balls after a punt or a goal kick in the air. They're not getting to those second balls as quickly as they need to.
Coming up on 25 minutes to play here in this second half. That ball is right in front and scooped up by Jackson Perrell right before Burkett can get there. Perrell sends it out again. Didn't get enough on it, I don't think, but Reiniger will still track it down over on that sideline. Steps around his player as it goes through the legs, and then he banks it off the shins, and Borm will send it up into the offensive zone, but can't get it past the defenders because I tell you what, Gonzalez and Wade were standing there ready for it. And now CBC back at midfield, trying to generate some more offense. They bring the ball up, and here is Etzel. Etzel cuts across the middle, then sends the ball over on a pass for Manchester. And then Perrell with a nice save off of the foot of Etzel. Collinsville's Borm kicks it high and backwards, and then it bounces in front of the Cadets bench and into the bench. So the Cadets will have a throw in, and they don't waste any time throwing it up that far sideline. Turning with it is Bartoni. Bartoni sends it back out front. And then a nice poke check there by Trey Peterson. Stuck his foot out just the right time. Here comes Peterson. He'll bring it up into the middle for Reiniger. Reiniger has a couple of forwards upfield, but he just cannot get past a nice defensive stand there by Henry Reinwart. And now the ball will head the other direction after a whistle and a foul called. Hugo Gonzalez will come back out, and Bryson Bodie will come in to take his place.
Adam Reiniger's had a strong day today. He's going to keep getting his chances. He's making things happen.
Larsbach throws it up for Wade. CBC takes over at midfield. And then they'll send it back to the defense. Reiniger tried to track it down, couldn't get there. Compton gets ahead on the ball, sends it back up. And then a fall down will allow Garofalo to pick up the loose ball. He'll send it back over to Mahat. Over to Bodie. Bodie on the far side, and a shot from Reiniger over to Wade, and Wade couldn't track it down. Throw in coming up for the Kahawks right outside of the 18-yard box. And they'll throw it right down to the feet of Bodie. Bodie will send it in the box, and it's headed right back out almost. Right in the front. Popped straight up. Over here to the sideline and out of bounds. Collinsville will have a throw in. This time it'll be Aiden Hensler. And Hensler looking for Reiniger. And Reiniger gets a foot on it and almost makes it back out to Lorsbach. But CBC gets a foot on the ball and they'll send it up. Here is Matchinger. And he falls down. Now Bodie steps up. He'll take over. And Bodie trying to send it back to the defense. And They finally do so, and then Bodie gets it right back. A couple little ping pong,
dinky doos.
Yeah. Here is Jalen Wade. Wade over on the far side trying to track it down. It's sky high now, and that one's going to.
Oh, what a save by that keeper to keep that in bound. I mean, just.
Yeah, keep it from going across the end line.
You know what I was trying to say.
I got there sooner or later. Another throw-in coming up here for Collinsville, just outside the box. They'll throw it into Bodie again, and Bodie will send it right back to Peterson, but that ball is intercepted, but then miss-hit. Peterson gets it over to Garofalo. Garofalo sends it over this way for Mahat. Mahat will send it just outside the box, and Peterson will track it down over on the right wing. He sends one in front of the goal. No one waits on the other side for it, and that ball is going to go across the end line, and it'll just turn into a goal kick restart here for Sean Stenger.
Lorsbach had the right idea of crashing that net, but if he delays that run a little bit and pulls it more towards the back post versus a direct line, he's got a chance for that.
No one waiting on the other side, though. That would have helped.
Yeah.
A couple of substitutions going on here for CBC. 20 minutes, 50 seconds left to go here in this second half. Stenger sends it out. Off the head of Hensler. Down onto the ground for Garofalo, and Garofalo sends it back up into the offensive zone, but CBC lets it go. And out of bounds it goes.
Todd, have any of the CBC wins been blowouts?
Yeah, they won 7-0 in their last game. Francis Howell North. They won a 1-goal game against Gateway Legacy Christian 4-3. And their first game of the year was a 2-goal win, 3-1 against Lindbergh.
Okay, so pretty competitive games versus, except for the one blowout.
Yeah. They're involved in a competitive one here, that's for sure.
Yep. Canucks are definitely holding tough. Just need one break. One break.
They've had their opportunities. They just can't finish.
Story of the year.
Yeah, the opportunities have been there, but finishing those opportunities and turning them into goals has been the bugaboo this year. Hensler chips the ball up to Lorsbach, but over Lorsbach's head and out of bounds, so CBC will take over again. Throw in coming for the Cadets, and we'll wait for the player exchange first as Carlo Anik will come in and take the place of Liam Jacober. Anik ready to throw it in. There's the whistle. And he throws it in and gets it right back, does Anik. Sends it into the middle of the field for Hartzell. Hartzell over on the far side. Defense sends it up for the offense to take over. Hensler uses his head and gets the ball down. Comes down for Matchiner. And then the ball into the box, and no one back there wearing white to put up any pressure, so Perrell sends it back out, but he didn't get it too far and didn't wait for anybody to get down to help out. So CBC continues their push here in the offensive zone. Here is Anik. Anik will send it over across the way to his fellow midfielder. That is Dylan James. James punches it up into the box, but Perrell is out there to take it on one bounce. Now Jackson gets a leg behind it and some air underneath it and sends it all the way down to the offensive zone. Off of the back of Reiniger, down to the feet of Wade. Wade trying to chase it down before that ball gets out of bounds. He'll do so over there on that deep right wing, trying to get around his defender. And he does. Gets in front, and Reiniger, bounces, then off of the crossbar. And oh boy, that was the best opportunity so far for Collinsville.
What a great service by Jay Wade. He beats his man on that far end line, serves a great ball to Reiniger, who gets a head on it, and he got a head on it with pace. Just hit the ground, the crossbar, the ground.
Yeah, hit the
ground.
ground.
I'm not sure how it didn't go in.
Round, crossbar, and out, and that one's coming out of this side, but it's going to be tracked down, or they're going to let it go because that was out of bounds on CBC. And nope, they're going to change their minds and say it was out of bounds on Collinsville. I believe that if Aiden Hensler would have known that, he would have tracked that ball down.
Looks like our goalkeeper's down. Might have been happening in the previous play.
Looks like Stenger is a little stung.
The reason I had asked about the blowouts earlier, Todd, I was talking to some parents down there at halftime of the CBC team, and they think this is their best year for a state run. Next year I think there might be a fall off, and they think this is their state caliber team. K-Hawks are hanging right there with them.
Yeah.
Doing a really good job. If they think this is their state caliber team, it's a good test for the K-Hawks, and they've been up to it so far.
They had a golden opportunity to tie it there. That ball off of the head of Adam Reiniger on the ground, and he so much force coming off his head that it had enough on it to bounce off the ground and hit the crossbar.
Gosh, what an opportunity.
That crossbar is raised just another half a foot. That's in. They won't do that for us, though, will they?
No, probably not.
No, okay. All right, Stinger is okay, and we're back to action. And Stinger will come up and just throw the ball out over on the far side. Collinsville trying to keep it down here in the O zone, and they're going to do that. And a shove from behind. Yeah, the shirt was involved there by Landon Hartzell on Sam Garofalo. That gives Collinsville a free kick. And Mahat will send it into the box. And off of the head of Reiniger, and then back out front. Trying to settle it down is Garofalo. He can't. And then, oh, come on. That was just a couple of guys running into each other. That'll turn into a free kick for CBC. 16.5 to go here in the second half. 1-0 in favor of the Cadets. You notice that both 18s have red, long, flowy hair. Here's our guy. That's Lorsbach. Sends it up to Wade. Wade tries to thread the needle and send it back to Lorsbach, and that ball is just outside the box. And then it comes up for Garofalo, and Garofalo couldn't hold it in. And CBC sends it back out. Now it's a foot race. There is Matchiner over there dealing with Dane Compton. And they shove it into the middle now for Bikert. And Bikert sends it over the goal.
If Jay Wade is able to thread that needle for Alex Lorsbach, he's 1v1 with that keeper.
Yep.
Collinsville's really picked up the pace, really picked up the pressure, especially in the last 10 minutes or so.
We're off by just inches, man.
Yep.
You want to call baseball a game of inches? This has been a game of inches.
I wouldn't say we've dictated the play, but we've definitely had the better portion of it in the last 10.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the second half we've looked much better as far as creating scoring opportunities. Yep. Just can't, again, finish. In the middle of the field we are. And inside the circle, Reiniger sends it up to Garofalo. Garofalo sends it back over to Bodie. Bodie over to Mahat. Mahat, he'll sky it over to the other side of the field, trying to find Trey Peterson and string him free, but he didn't quite make it that far. Now it comes down again for Bodie. Bodie sends the ball up the sideline to Peterson. And Peterson tries to get the double team, and a pass to Wade makes it. Now Peterson turns the corner, comes in from the right side of the box, sends it out front, trying to feed Reiniger on a cross, but it just never made it to him, and Reiniger was wide open. Chance for Hensler. Hensler brings it up. Shoot it.
Yeah, take that space.
I'm telling you, here is Lorsbach. Lorsbach on the deep left wing now, trying to get around his defender, and holding court over there is Ryan Wart against Lorsbach, and it'll be Stinger who will send this ball back out. And now Compton's going to get called for an over-the-bat call. Oh, they're going to call it the other way around against Matchiner. Matchiner, he wants an explanation. Meanwhile, his teammate Burkett is making sure he's staying away from the referee, and now he's still mouthing, and the referee doesn't like it.
Getting back to the beginning points of the game, Coach Lugie talked about width. Trey Peterson is having a field day on that right side, getting up into the play. Number 12 is just struggling to keep up with Trey, getting down that line.
Sent up the way for Compton, and in front of the box. Reiniger gets pushed off the ball, comes all the way out, and CBC sends the ball up, but there are 3 defenders back there waiting for it. And Hensler will turn the corner and send it up over onto the far side for Borm. Borm sends it up the sideline. Popped up and stays in at midfield. Peterson was waiting for it, trying to see if he can get it when it comes down. Now back over this direction we go. Hensler tries to settle it down. He does so. And he tries to spring Reiniger free, but hits the wrong guy. And CBC sends it back down range again. Kahawks battling. 13 minutes to play here in the second half. Here is Landon Mahat. Mahat will just send it back over to Compton. Compton looks around and decides to send it right back up midfield, but it's blocked out by CBC. And the Cadets on the move. Lorsbach intercepts. Cadets push it up. Peterson trying to keep up with Sam Vila over there. I believe that was 16. Too far away, could be 15, I don't know. And Peterson holds his own and saves the ball. It doesn't go out of bounds. Bryson Bodie takes over, sends it up to Jalen Wade. Wade gets pushed down from behind in front of the CBC bench, and that is going to be a free kick for Collinsville right in front of that bench.
Trey Peterson's having himself a great second half so far. I know he's struggling with a little bit of blood sugar issues in the first, but he's definitely coming out with some energy. Again, Coach Lugie's trying to spring him down that right side. Trey's pushing up way up into the play and leaving 3 back.
Peterson sends it all the way up, and Jalen Wade had to go off of his back. Reiniger off the back of him, and down it goes, and Collinsville will have another throw in. This time it'll be in front of their bench. And Don over there trying to track down the soccer ball, using all those athletic skills as he's going back for more pizza.
Getting some fresh legs in for this second half. You got Hugo checking in on this left back spot, and Gavin Knoll for the first time checking into a center mid role.
Throw in comes up the line and then gets sent right back out, but Collinsville takes it over. Bodie sends it up to Wade. Wade on the right side being double teamed on the defense over there. Yeah, he does.
He needs help.
And he splits the defense, and then across the line it goes. We'll have a corner kick here for Collinsville. I thought he got held a little bit.
Oh,
he was in between 2 defenders, and somebody held him.
Yeah, he had 3 people on his back, and there was no one in sight to really be a support position for him.
Corner kick stays low, and Hugo Gonzalez will put it wide of the net.
Good effort. At least we got to the ball first. That's a start.
Yeah. Getting low on the time, though. We're coming up on 10 minutes to play here in this second half. Collinsville still trailing by 1. First half goal scored by Nate Tebow. 24:49 left in that first half is when that happened.
Second ball. We got to be there and got to win that ball. And we're not.
Yeah, I was going to say that ball rolled around.
Mm-hmm.
Might have touched somebody's hand at some point. Stayed up there around the upper torso, that's for sure. Off of some shoulders. Ball on the ground now, and at midfield, CBC will play it back to their defense, and Jacober sends the ball into the offensive zone, but right there is Borm to send it right back out, and that was a nice actual hit there and almost sprung Jalen Wade for a goal-scoring opportunity, and Collinsville will have another opportunity to get it farther down on a throw-in.
I'm not sure it was intentional, but
no, it wasn't.
It was effective.
Yeah. You just stuck your leg out there, and it banked off your shin so far that it almost found Wade. Sometimes it's, better to be lucky than skillful, I guess. Not saying there's no skill there, but, in sports, sometimes there is a little bit of luck involved. Here is a centering pass, and that one is taken care of by Dane Compton. And it comes out. Trying to get there was Mahat. He couldn't. And it's sent up the line, and now Jacober, the defenseman, will send it back to his goalkeeper, and Stinger will come out and send it back down before the Collinsville forwards can come in for a scoring opportunity. Over on the far side, CBC takes over. We're under 10 to go now, coming up on 9 to play. In front of the Cadets bench. Compton sends the ball up, but CBC stays with it, and now it gets past Compton, but he holds off his defender or his forward long enough for Peril to come in. That's a good ball. And that one's going to get down, and it is going to be Wade. He can't get around Bartoni. And then Bartoni will send it over here for Jacober. And Jacober has that ball go off his foot and out of bounds. He tried to stop it with his toe, and instead he kicked it farther.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Hugo throws it right into the closest man to him, Mahat. Mahat will send a bender into the box, but no one was there to help him out. And then Stinger just throws the ball down to the ground, and CBC works their way up the field. On the far side.
Get 2 over there. Come on.
And now Dominic Bartoni on the left wing. Hits one.
Good job,
and
Bodie.
that one was off of Bryson Bodie.
Boy, you could hear it up here, too.
Yeah, it smacked off some skin. Bodie is all right. He's just pulling up his socks. .7:45 left to play, getting late. Throw in coming for CBC, all the way over there into the corner. Bourne trying to keep his own against Burkett. Now a little help comes in the form of Bodie and a shot from the end line. Right to Jackson Perrell, hugging that far side post.
Jackson's rushing his punts a little bit here in the last couple of punts. Slow it down a little bit. Get your players opportunity to push up.
So CBC with another throw in. Hayden Hensler makes first contact.
Come on, Gavin.
Kahok's can't wrestle it away at the moment. Now a loose ball. Gonzalez giving chase off of him and headed toward the out-of-bounds marker, but then Gonzalez steps in and sends it back out to midfield. Reiniger just had him go over his head, and Reiniger still manages to get it down. Now he's going to try to spring Wade. Wade gets around his player, but that had too much zip on it, and it rolls all the way to Stenger. Stenger sends it back out off the head of Hensler. Hensler has the ball down on the ground, and Hugo Gonzalez tried to send it up to Wade again, but he couldn't. Now Gonzalez gets shoved from behind. No call on the play. Or did they call that?
Yeah, they did.
Okay, I didn't hear the whistle. Sometimes I can't hear with these cans on my ears. So Mahat will take this free kick, and he'll send a low screamer into the box and down, and an opportunity there, but nothing really happening as the ball really couldn't find the right body part for it to be sent in the right direction. Now Hensler over here playing some defense, trying to take care of Dominic Bartoni. Bodie steps in to help him out, and it comes to Gonzalez. Gonzalez has kicked to midfield, trying to find Null. Couldn't quite make it. And now the ball comes to Perrell, and Perrell will take care of it.
Better
Perrell
punt.
sends it back out. Off of a body down to midfield. And then Null will send it over to Peterson. Peterson banks it off of the shins over there of Anik. Out of bounds it goes. Collinsville will have a throw in. CBC wants to make some last-minute adjustments. 5 minutes to go here in regulation. 1-0 on a first-half goal by the Cadets junior, Nate Tebow.
Collinsville's really dominated this last 20 minutes of this half so far. Just got to get that one break for a goal. Reiniger and Wade are definitely pressing.
Oh, man.
Shirt grab again?
Yeah, there's a couple of shirt grabs on that particular play, and now it comes down and trying to take care of it is Mahat, and it pops into the air, and Garofalo tried to move it forward but forgot to take the ball with him. And here is Vila. That ball's out of bounds. Hensler.
I have never seen a team shirt grab more than this team.
I'm telling you. Never seen anything that wasn't called. A lot of non-calls here today. Peterson uses the head. He tugs and gets away with it. Now the ball out of bounds, and Peterson will throw it in up the way for Wade. Wade gets shoved from behind, then gets double teamed, gets it back to Peterson. Peterson will pop it into the box, but no one wearing the Kahok colors is there. And Stinger will send it back out. He's going to get pressured from Reiniger, and Reiniger makes sure that he does get it out. Here is Luca Bartoni, excuse me. That ball out of bounds. Hensler throws it in for Mahat. CBC actually sends it up the line, and back out of bounds it goes. And Hensler trying to feed Reiniger. I'm pretty sure he told Reiniger to go the other way, and Reiniger came back toward him.
Yeah.
Unless that, finger movement means something that I don't know about this day and age. I don't know what kids are talking about.
All right.
That ball out of bounds.
Being the parent of a teenager, I don't either.
Yep. It's almost like they have their own special language. I'm sure our parents thought the same thing back when we were teenagers, too.
Is this a conversation or is this a card?
I don't know. What are we going to decide here? Want to throw in? Three minutes to play here in this second half. And another throw in coming up here for CBC. They throw it down. Caden Smith sends it back out of bounds, and Collinsville will now have the throw. They have a long way to go and not a lot of time to do it. Comes down for Lorsbach to Bodie. Now picked up, and a scoring opportunity here for CBC, and a save by Jackson Perrell. 2.5 minutes to go. Collinsville trails by 1. Perrell sends the ball out. Oh. Man.
We have ball boys for a reason.
Yeah. And our own ball boy threw that one away, and now that's just wasting time on the clock, but they do stop the clock. 2:13 left. It's a throw in for CBC. They throw it on down, and Hensler sends it back into the offensive zone for Collinsville, but never does find Jalen Wade, who stands there. And now another throw in coming up here for the Kahawks. Gonzalez will try to spring Wade over on the wing, and Wade should have just kept on going. He stopped thinking that ball wasn't going to make it over his head, but it sure did. If Wade would have kept on running the direction the ball was being thrown in, I think he would have got there.
I agree.
1:45 left to play. Stenger has the ball, sends it back out. In front of the Kahawk bench it goes. 90 seconds left here in regulation. And what is that?
What is that?
What is that? That would be like, covering up the puck with your glove in hockey. That should be a penalty.
I don't even understand that.
Man.
All right.
Now we're going to get a card.
Starting to become a clown show.
And a yellow card is going to be called on Landon Hartzell, and Hartzell is going to have to go to the bench. And a golden opportunity here for Collinsville. Clock stopped with 1:14 left. Set piece from about 50 yards away. I know that sounds a little tough, but I've seen stranger things happen.
I've never seen anybody cover up a ball in the middle
I know,
of the
neither
game.
have I.
Delay of game.
That's what it would be called in hockey. Mahat sends it out to the front of the box, off the head of Lorsbach, but didn't get any farther than that. Peterson can't chase it down, and now CBC, wasting precious time, sends it over to the far sideline, and they'll send it up to the defense. Bodie will send it right back off of a cadet player and out of bounds, I believe. So Collinsville will get the ball back, but we're under a minute to go. Getting too late here. Waiting on a throw in by Mahat. And Mahat will throw it up the line, and Jalen Wade couldn't get it. CBC back out to midfield. Bodie will send it up in front of the box and trying to spring Reiniger for a shooting chance, but couldn't quite get onto it. Hugo Gonzalez trying to wrestle the ball away. He can't, as Hensler also came in there to chip in, but he couldn't quite get there in time either. And now Hugo Gonzalez trying to throw it in, find Reiniger. Reiniger has it roll up his chest off the back of his head. CBC pops it up out of bounds again. And another throw in coming up here for Hensler as we're down to the final 10 seconds. Hensler throws it up into the box. Down it goes. Can we get a shot off? Here is Jalen Wade in front. Hensler couldn't get it there, and that is going to do it. Time runs out, and the Collinsville Kahawks snap that two-game winning streak and lose this one by a score of 1-0. And I tell you what there, Brett Bourne, Collinsville gave it all they had and then some.
Yeah, I think Collinsville came out. They put everything they had, left it on the field, played well, showed a lot of heart. You know what? It's a good team they lost to today, 1-0. I mean,
oh, yeah.
Nothing to be disappointed in, nothing to be upset about. You know, they competed.
No, CBC is, like we mentioned at the outset, the cream of the crop in soccer around these parts. And anytime you can, play with them for a whole
80 minutes.
And come out on the losing end of a 1-0 game, you know that you've held your own. And I tell you, just again, the opportunities were created, but the finishing touches weren't there.
Right. And Coach Lugge said this was going to be a great measuring stick for the rest of the season. Do they belong? Do they not? I think 1-0 certainly shows that Collinsville belongs, and they just got to come back to the next few games. I think they're conference games coming up here. We got to pick up some W's.
Back-to-back conference games starting on Tuesday and another one on Thursday. All right, let's welcome you into the Chiropractic Works post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network, brought to you by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works, 410 Regency Center in Collinsville. It's just off of the Beltline Road. Give them a call at 343-3602 or online, chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Post-game show comes your way next on the Kahok Sports
As the
Network.
Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach. Whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues, we have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, your place for online auctioning. Go to ogleauctions.com to check out the week's items up for auction. Ogle Auctions deals in everyday items like board games, t-shirts, clocks, antique items, and more. To collectible items, anyone in the market for, say, a trolley? Or maybe you're into more treasure troves like vinyl albums, cars, or motorcycles. And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more auctionable items. Ogle Auctions of Collinsville. Auctions every Sunday at 7 p.m. Check them out at www.ogleauctions.com or call Kim or Mike Ogle at 618-218-2117. Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium on Main Street in Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz. And classic rock, it's always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl by the hundreds, plus new releases by new artists as well as reissues by classic artists. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's Record Emporium. There, you can test out all the latest in audio gear, from top-of-the-line speakers to the latest in new turntables, plus amps, streamers, and all of the accessories like needles, belts, and more. While you're there, check out the music-related wall art, as well as t-shirts, record cleaners, and so much more. Plus, if you can't find it at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Come check out Collinsville's only record store, Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in beautiful uptown Collinsville, 618-795-1333, online, richesrecordemporium.com.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville loses to CBC here this afternoon by a score of 1-0, and assistant coach Sidney Carroll joins us now. And let's get your thoughts on the game. That was a hard-fought battle by both teams, and CBC just lucky enough to come out on top.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't lack of chances on our end. Very physical, very, very skilled game on both sides. CBC is known in the St. Louis area for being one of the best, so overall outcome is pretty good against them. We finish any one of our 5 chances in the second half, it may be a different game. But boys worked hard the whole time. Got boys who are dying out there because of the heat, but they worked from start to finish, so that's all we ask of them every game. So
yeah, Brett Borman and I were up here talking about it and commenting on the various chances. The opportunities were there to score the goals, and you could see them happening, but the finishing touch just was missing.
Yeah, that's kind of been the story of our whole season. Like, we tell the boys, like, if you scored in the first 5 minutes, you've had chances in the first 5 minutes. If you score in the first 5 minutes of every game, you could be 9-0 right now. You could be yesterday, Maryville Christian was 8-0. You could be 8-0 right now.
The great Mr. Terry Mickler over there on the other side, I hear he gave your coach a compliment after the game.
He did. We went up and shook hands with him, and he's known as one of the greats in the St. Louis area. And he shook Coach Lugie's hand and was like, hey, you won 60 minutes out of 80 today, which coming from him, who coaches the best teams, has for so long, that's a huge compliment when he comes across the river to us. So.
Yeah, I would say so. So what's the key? What's to work on here between now and Tuesday's next game?
Getting the boys healthy. We've had a bunch of injuries come through. Had a couple kids leave today, not feeling all that great. So getting our boys healthy come Tuesday, and still working on that last finishing aspect of the game. We can figure that out. We'll be good to go.
Yeah, you got a couple of big Southwestern Conference games coming up against some teams Tuesday and Thursday. And I know that, when you play all these games, you don't put any more meaning on this game than you do on that game.
No.
But when you're playing conference games, man, those are important.
Absolutely, because, back on my shirt right now is the co-conference champion. We want to come out on top as the sole champion this year. That's our goal.
You don't want co on the back of your shirt anymore.
No, never want co.
No. All right, well, hey, thank you for coming up, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
No problem. Thank you. You too.
All right, Sidney Carroll, one of the assistant coaches here for Collinsville, as they drop one here today by a score of 1-0 to the CBC Cadets. That goal off of the foot of Nate Tebow, and that came in the first half with 24:49 remaining in the half, and Collinsville did not have an answer for it for the rest of that half, nor the second half, and that came off of the heels of the JV team dropping their first game of the year. They dropped that one to a score of 2-0 to CBC, with both of the cadet goals in that JV game coming in the second half. So that's going to do it for us. For this week, we're back at you Tuesday with some volleyball action from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Then Thursday, we're on the road for some boys soccer, and then we're right back here in this chair on Friday for week number 4 of the football season. So that's what's coming up next week. And for Mr. Brett Borm, big thank you also to Coach Lugie for taking time in the pregame interview, and for Sidney Carroll joining us in the postgame interview. I think I covered all my thank yous. My name is Todd Duke, and until Tuesday, everyone enjoy the rest of your weekend.